Now, let me discuss the 3-mark questions. The 11th question, it says the 14th term of an AP is twice its 8th term. If its 6th term is minus 8, then find the sum of its first 20 terms. Here, the formulas that can be used is AN, which is nothing but the nth term of an AP, which is A plus n minus 1 into D. Then we also use the sum of first n terms. Sn is equal to n by 2 is equal to 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This can also be written as n by 2 into a plus l, that is n by 2 into first term plus last term. Now it is given 14th term, so 14th term can be written as a30 a14, that is equal to a plus 14 minus 1, which is equal to a plus 13d, and that is equal to twice its 8th term. So we need to find the 8th term also. So 8th term will be a8, which is a plus 8 minus 1 into d, which is nothing but a plus 7d. But given that 14th term is equal to twice the 8th term, so a plus 13d is equal to twice of a plus 7d, or a plus 13d is equal to 2a plus 14d, or a plus d is equal to 0. Let it be equation 1. Now it says 6th term is minus 8. Sixth term can be written as a6, that is equal to a plus 6 minus 1 into d, that is equal to a plus 5d, and that is equal to minus 8. Let it be equation 2. Now solving 1 and 2, we get a equal to 2 and d is equal to minus 2. Now they are asked to calculate, find the sum of first 20 terms. So we need to calculate s of 20, which is nothing but 20 by 2 into 2 into a. A is 2 plus n is nothing but 20 minus 1 into d is minus 2. So this can be written as 10 into 4 plus 19 into minus 2. So 10 into 4 minus 38, that is equal to 10 into minus 34, which is equal to minus 340. So the sum of first 20 terms will be equal to minus 340. Hmm. 12th problem. Solve for x. Root 3 into x square minus 2 root 2x minus 2 root 3 is equal to 0. This can be solved actually by two methods. One method is finding the discriminant and solving for x using the formula minus b plus or minus root t by 2a. Another method is splitting the middle terms. Here The product is root 3 into minus 2 root 3, which is nothing but 6. This will be minus 2 root 2. So splitting the middle term, we get, first let me write the given equation, root 3x square minus 2 root 2x minus 2 root 3 is equal to 0, or root 3x minus 3 root 2x plus root 2x minus 2 root 3 is equal to 0. Now taking root 3x common, we have x minus root 6 plus, if you take root 2 common, we get x minus root 6, that is equal to 0. So this can be written as root 3x plus root 2 into x minus root 6 equal to 0. Now we have root 3x plus root 2 is equal to 0, or root 3x is equal to minus root 2, or x is equal to minus root 2 by root 3. This can also be written as minus of root 2 by 3, or x minus root 6 is equal to 0, or x will be equal to root 6. So the values of x are x equal to root 6 and x equal to minus 2 by 3. So x will be equal to root 6 or minus of root 2 by 3. This will be the solution for the given equation. Now 13th question. The angle of elevation of an aeroplane from a point A on the ground is 60 degrees. After a flight of 15 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degrees. If the aeroplane is flying at a constant height of 1500 root 3 meters, find the speed of the plane in kilometer per hour. Now let me draw the diagram for this. Let us suppose plane be at point A. Let it be point B, let it be point A, and 60 degrees. And the plane is moving from point B to C, and if the angle is observed from this point to the ground level, it is 30 degrees. Now it is given that the aeroplane is flying at a constant height of 1500 root 3. So this will be 1500 root 3 and this will also be equal to 1500 root 3. Let these points be L and M. Now in right triangle BLA we have tan 60 equal to BL by A, that is equal to 1000 root 3 by x. Or tan 60 is equal to root 3. So x will be equal to 1500 root 3 by root 3, which is equal to 1500 meters. Now in right triangle CMA, we have tan 30 equal to Cm by Am, that is equal to Cm by Am can be written as Al plus Lm. So tan 30 is 1 by root 3. 1 by root 3 is equal to Cm. Cm is nothing but is equal to Bl, which is equal to 1500 root 3, which is given as the aeroplane is flying at a constant height of 1500 root 3 meters, which is given in the problem. So this will be 1500 root 3 divided by Al is nothing but x plus Lm. So 1 by root 3 is equal to 1500 root 3 by 1500 plus Lm, or 1500 plus Lm is equal to 1500 root 3 into root 3. So 1500 plus Lm is equal to 1500 into 3, which is nothing but 4500, or Lm is equal to 3000 meters. Now speed is equal to distance by time. Now distance covered from point B to point C is same as distance covered from L to M. So Lm is nothing but 3000 meters. So the plane has traveled 3000 meters. And it is covered in 15 seconds. So this will be 200 meters per second. But it is asked to calculate the speed of the plane in kilometer per hour. So from meter per second to kilometer per hour, we need to divide it, we need to multiply by 18 by 5. So 200 meter per second, when it gets converted into kilometer per hour, it will be 200 into 18 by 5, which is equal to 720 kilometer per hour. So the plane travels at the speed of 720 kilometer per hour. Next problem. If the coordinates of points A and B are -2 and 2, -4 respectively, find the coordinates of P such that AP is equal to 3 by 7th of AB, where P lies on the line segment AB. Let it be a line segment AB where A is given as -2, 2 and B is given as 2, 4. Where P lies on the line, let this point be P, which is given by x, y, and the ratio is given as 3:4. 3:4 how? Because AP is equal to 3/7 of AB. which implies that AP by AB is equal to 3 by 7. But AB is nothing but AP plus PB. So AP by AP plus PB is equal to 3 by 7, which implies that AP is to PB is given by 3 is to 4. Now, formula to calculate the coordinates when ratio is given and it divides the line segment internally. So formula will be x is equal to mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, and y will be equal to my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. Now here x1 will be minus 2, y1 will be minus 2, x2 will be 2 and y2 will be minus 4. Now substituting the value, we get x is equal to m is nothing, it is divided in the ratio m is to n. So m will be 3 and n will be 4. So substituting the value, we get 3 into 2 plus 4 into minus 2 divided by 3 plus 4, that is equal to 6 minus 8 by 7, which is nothing but minus 2 by 7, and y will be equal to 3 into minus 4 plus 4 into minus 2 divided by 3 plus 7, that gives us minus 12 minus 8 by 7, which is equal to minus 20 by 7. So the coordinates of p x comma y is equal to minus 2 by 7 and minus 20 by 7. Now next problem. The probability of selecting a red ball at random from a jar that contains only red, blue and orange balls is 1 by 4. The probability of selecting a blue ball at random from the same jar is 1 by 3. If the jar contains 10 orange balls, find the total number of balls in the jar. So let probability of finding the red ball plus probability of finding the blue ball plus probability of finding the orange ball be equal to 1. Here it is given that probability of selecting a red ball is 1 by 4 and probability of selecting a blue ball is 1 by 3 plus probability of selecting the orange ball is equal to 1. So probability of selecting the orange ball will be equal to 1 minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 3, that is equal to 5 by 12. But total number of orange balls is equal to 10, that is given. So total number of balls is equal to 10 into 12 by 5, which is nothing but 24. Sixteenth problem. Find the area of a minor segment of a circle of radius 14 cm when its central angle is 60 degrees. Also find the area of a corresponding major segment. Here the radius of the circle is equal to 14 centimeter and theta is equal to 60 degrees. So formula to calculate the area of the minor segment is equal to pi r square theta by 360 minus half r square sin theta. Now that is equal to 22 by 7 into 14 into 14 into theta being 60 degrees, which is given in the problem, minus half again into 14 into 14 into sine 60 degrees. Now that is equal to 22 by 7 into 14 into 14 into 1 by 6 minus half 14 into 14 into sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Now calculating, we get this is 308 by 3 minus 49 root 3. That amounts to 17.89 centimeter square, or we can approximate at 17.9 centimeter square. Now the area of the major segment, that is equal to the total area of the circle minus the area of minor segment. That can be given as pi r square minus 17.89 or 22 by 7 into 14 into 14 minus 17.89. Or that is given as 598.10 centimeter square. Seventeenth problem. Due to sudden floods, some welfare associations jointly requested the government to get 100 tents fixed immediately and offered to contribute 50% of the total cost. If the lower part of each tent is in the form of a cylinder of diameter 4.2 meter and a height of 4 meter with the conical upper part of same diameter but of height 2.8 meter, and the canvas to be used cost rupees 100 per square meter. Find the amount the associations will have to pay. What values are shown by these associations? Okay, this is a value based problem, value based question. Okay, solution. Okay, so the slant height of the cone, which is given as L, is equal to root of h square plus r square. That is equal to 2.8 square height is given of the cone plus radius is diameter by 2, which is 2.1. If we calculate this amounts to 3.5 centimeter, 3.5 meters, sorry. So the area of the canvas will be curved surface area of the cylinder plus curved surface area of the cone. Curved surface area of the cylinder pi r 2 pi r h plus curved surface area of the cone being pi r l. So substituting the values, we get 2 into 22 by 7. Radius is given by 2.1 into height is 4 meters, which is given, plus 22 by 7 into radius is 2.1 into height into length slant height, which is 3.5, which we have calculated here. So this is calculated as 6.6 into 11.5 centimeter square. Now this is the area of the canvas for 1 tent. Now it is given 100 tents. So for 100 tents we need to multiply by 100. So the total area will be equal to 6.6 into 11.5 into 100, which amounts to 66 into 115 centimeter square, meter square, sorry. But it is given that it is offered to contribute only 50% of the cost. So 50% of the cost will be equal to 50% into cost is nothing but total area divided by 100, because it says cost rupees 100 per square meter. So this will be 66 into 115 divided by 100. So the cost will be equal to 66 into 115 into for 100 tens into 50% is equal to rupees 3000 rupees 3,79,500. Now, what can be the values that is shown by these associations? So one value I can say is that they are showing humanity towards people who got affected in the floods. And the second thing is that helping the flood victims. 18th question. A hemispherical bowl of internal diameter 36 cm contains liquid. This liquid is filled into 72 cylindrical bottles of diameter 6 cm. Find the height of each bottle if 10% of the liquid is wasted in this transfer. Now it says hemispherical bowl. So the volume of the liquid in the bowl will be 2 by 3 pi r cube. That is equal to 2 by 3 into pi into r is nothing but diameter is 36 centimeters, so r will be diameter by 2, which is 18 centimeters, so it is 18 cube centimeter cube. Volume of the cylinder will be equal to pi r square h. That is equal to pi into r. It is converted into cylindrical bottles of diameter 6 centimeters. So our radius will be diameter by 2, which is 3 centimeter. Height, which is we need to find out. This is for one cylinder. So for 72 cylinders, it will be 72 into pi into 3 square into h. Now it is given that 10% of the liquid is wasted. 10% of the liquid is wasted during transfer. So remaining 90% of the volume remains. Volume of the bowl remains. And this 90% of the volume of the hemispherical bowl is equal to volume of the 72 cylinders, which is 72 into pi into 3 square h. So that is equal to 90 by 100 into 2 by 3 pi into 18 cube is equal to 72 pi into 3 square into h. Now solving for h, we get 2 by 3 pi into 18 cube into 90% divided by 3 square into pi into 72. So calculating the value, we get h is equal to 5.4 centimeter. A cubical block of side 10 centimeter is surmounted by a hemisphere. What is the largest diameter that the hemisphere can have? Find the cost of painting the total surface area of the solid so formed at the rate of rupees 5 per 100 square centimeter. Here it is in the form of a cube surmounted by a hemisphere. If you see the top view, it will be like this. So the largest diameter that the hemisphere can have is nothing but the side of the cube. So the largest diameter of a hemisphere is nothing but the cube side, which will be equal to 10 centimeter. So the radius will be equal to d by 2, that is diameter by 2, which is 10 by 2, which is nothing but 5 centimeter. Now the total surface area of the solid is nothing but PSA of the cone plus surface area of the hemisphere. So TSA of the cone is nothing but 6a square, but a is given as side is given as 10 centimeters, so it will be 10 into 6, 10 square into 6 plus surface area of the hemisphere is nothing but pi r square, that is equal to 6 into 10 square. Surface area will be 2 pi r square. So 6 into 10 square plus 2 pi into r is 5 square. So this is nothing but 6 into 100 plus 50 pi. Six hundred plus 50 into 22 by 7, which is nothing but plus 50 into 22 by 7. 100 and 0 by 7, which is nothing but 5. So this will be equal to 5300 by 7. but for every 100 square centimeter the rate is 5. So for 5300 by 7 square centimeter it will be what? So the total cost will be 5300 into 7 into 5 divided by 100, that is equal to 53 into 5 divided by 7, that is nothing but 265 by 7, which amounts to 337.85. So the cost of painting the total surface area of the solid so formed at the rate of rupees 5 per 100 square centimeter will be rupees 37.85. Last 3-mark question. Find out 4 cones, each of diameter 3.5 centimeter and height 3 centimeter, are melted and recast into a metallic sphere. Find the diameter of the sphere and hence find its surface area. Given volume of one cone is equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. That will be equal to 1 by 3 pi into 35 by 20 into 35 by 20 into 3. 35 by 20 is nothing but 3.5 is the diameter, so radius will be 3.5 by 2. So 3.5 by 2, I am just removing the decimal, so it is 35 by 20. So volume of one cone will be 1 by 3 pi into 35 by 20 into 35 by 20 into 3. So volume of 504 cones is nothing but you just need to multiply by the number 504. So 504 into 1 by 3 pi into 35 by 20 into 35 by 20 into 3. Now since it is given that it is melted and recasted into metallic sphere, so this volume of 504 cones is equal to volume of the metallic sphere. So this 504 into 1 by 3 pi r square h, which is nothing but 35 by 20 into 35 by 20 into 3 is equal to 4 by 3 pi r cube, which is nothing but the volume of the metallic sphere that is being formed after it is being melted and recasted. So r cube will be equal to 504 into 1 by 3 pi into 35 by 20 into 35 by 20 into 3 into 3 by 4 into 1 by pi. So calculating, we get r is equal to 10.5 centimeters. So diameter will be equal to 2 times r, that is equal to 2 into 10.5, which is 21 centimeters. And surface area of a sphere is nothing but 4 pi r square, which is nothing but 4 into 22 by 7 into 21 into 21. which is nothing but 1386 centimeters square.